Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Do you improve your English on a daily basis? How do you improve your English? What's really working out for you? Let me know in the comment section below, and we are beginning. Today we get a new story. The day Resurgent. Alright. I can see the artist bite the end of his pencil and frown when it comes to drawing his Easter picture. For his legitimate pictorial conceptions of figures pertinent to the festival and are but for a number. What was there? For his legitimate pictorial conceptions of figures pertinent to the festival are but four in number. All right. Moving forward. First comes Easter, pagan, goddess of spring, pagan. Here his fancy may have free play. A beautiful maiden with decorative hair and the proper number of toys will fill the bill. Miss Clarice St. Vavasor, the well-known model, will pose for it in the leather galadder or whatever it was that Trilby called it. Second, the melancholy lady with upturned eyes in a framework of lilies. This is magazine covery, but reliable. Third, Miss Manhattan in the Fifth Avenue Easter Sunday Parade. Fourth, Maggie Murphy with a new red feather in her old straw hat, happy and self-conscious in the Grand Street turnout. Of course, the rabbits did not count, nor for Easter eggs, since the higher criticism has hard-boiled them. The limited field of its pictorial possibilities proves that Easter, of all our festival days, is the most wagyu and shifting our conception. It belongs to all religions, although the pagans invented it. Going back still further to the first spring, we can see Eve choosing with pride a new green leaf from the tree Ficus carica. Now the object of this critical and learned preamble is to set forth the theorem that Easter is neither a date, a season, a festival, a holiday, nor an occasion. What is your shall find out if you follow in the footsteps of Danny McCree. Easter Sunday dawned as it should, bright and early in its place on the calendar between Saturday and Monday. At 5:24, the sun rose, and at 10:30, Danny followed its example. He went into the kitchen and washed his face at the sink. At the sink. His mother was frying bacon. She looked at his hard, smooth, knowing countenance as he sorry, jug, juggled, juggled with the round cake of soap and thought of his father when she first saw him stopping a hot grounder between second and third 22 years before on a vacant lot in Harlem, where the La Paloma apartment house now stands. In the front room of the flat, Danny's father sat by an open window, smoking his pipe with his dish welt, dish welt, dish welt. Gray hair tossed about by the breeze. He still clung to his pipe, although his sight had been taken from him 2 years before by a precocious blast of giant powder that went off without permission. Very few blind men care for smoking, for the reason that they cannot see the smoke. Now, could you enjoy having the news read to you from an evening newspaper unless you could see the colors of the headlines? This yesterday, said Miss McCree. Scrambled mine, said Danny. After breakfast, he dressed himself in a Sabbath morning costume of the Canal Street importing house dray chauffeur. Frock coat, striped trousers, patient leathers, glided trace, chain across front of west, glided trace chain, glided trace chain, and wing collar, rolled brim, derby, and butterfly pole from scone stains between 14th Street and Tony's fruit stand, Sunday night sale. You'll be going out this day, of course, Danny, said Old Man McCree a little wistfully. This a kind of holiday, they say. Well, it's fine, spring weather. I can feel it in the air. Why should I not be going out? Demanded Danny in his grumpiest chest tones. Should I stay in? Am I as good as a horse? One day of rest, my team has a week. Who earns the money for the rent and the breakfast you've just eat? I'd like to know. Answer me that. All right, lad, said the old man. I'm not complaining. While me 2 years was good. There was nothing better, to my mind, than a Sunday out. There is a smell of turf and burning brush coming in the windy. I have me Tobessi Tobasi. A good fine day, and rest to you, lad. Times I wish your mother had learned to read, so I might hear the rest about the hippopotamus. But let that be. Now, what is for now? What is this foolishness? He talks of hippopotamuses as Danny for his mother, as as he passed through the kitchen. Have you been talking him to the zoo? And for what? I have not, said Mrs. McCree. He sits by the window all day. This little recreation a blind man among the poor gets at all. I'm thinking they wonder in their minds at times. One day he talks of Greece without stopping for the most of an hour. I looks to see if there is lard burning in the frying pan. There is not. He says I do not understand these weary days, Sundays, and holidays at all for a blind man, Danny. There was no better, no stronger than him when he had his two eyes. This is this this a fine day, son. Enjoy yourself against the morning. There will be cold supper at 6. Have you heard any talk of hippopotamus? Asked Danny of Mike, the janitor, as he went out the door downstairs. I have not, said Mike, pulling his shirt sleeves higher. But this is the only subject in the animal, natural, and a legal list of that I've outrageous outrageous that I've not been complained to about these 2 days. See the landlord, or else move out if you're like. Have you hippopotamuses in the lease? No, then? It was the old man who spoke of it, said Danny. Likely there is nothing in it. Then he walked up the street to the avenue and then northward, struck, struck northward into the heart of the district where Easter, modern Easter, in new, bright raiment, leads the Paschal March. Out of towering brown churches came the blithe, blithe music of anthems from the choirs. The broad sidewalks were moving part parterres of living flowers. So it seemed when your eye looked upon the eastern goal. Easter goal, not eastern. Gentlemen, frock-coated, silk-hatted, gar- gardeniate, 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 sustained the background of the tradition. Children carried lilies. Lilies. What's the lilies? Lilies. In their hands. The windows of the brownstone mansions were packed with the most opulent creations of Flora, the sister of the Lady of the Lilies. Alright, guys, I'm gonna stop for today, and we will continue tomorrow. So, see you tomorrow. Bye. Thanks.